was pretty though. Like. Oh my gosh.
Is that around here?
Yeah. Mm. Well, they said that someone said this that she out here in the Akron area, but she not from this area. But they got this alert. I wonder if it's an actual alert. Somebody told me that the health department.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live. You're listening to the After Dinner Snack, watching the After Dinner Snack. Hey, we want to introduce everybody on the panel tonight. My name's Tom Swoop, and I'm going to pass it over to Carla.
I am Carla J.
And I am Latoya Fleming, founder of Women with Purpose.
She gave more than you did.
That's
so.
okay. I'm Carla J. I mean, what else you want to say? Emmanuel, head of middle school at Emmanuel Christian Academy. I love the Lord and love the people.
That's
Which one we do a whole bio Swoop?
Yeah. I mean, people gonna ask, so go ahead, tell them what's up.
I said, we have Anthony Brown coming to concert in May, so you can go to our webpage, emmanueleca.org, www.eca.org, and look up Anthony Brown. Get your ticket, support the youth, scholarship, be about that life, empowering our youth to be future leaders.
Okay.
So Anthony Brown in concert in May.
I got you. Hey, so, all right, let's give a little background on just like why we started the show. We have a group on Facebook called Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS, and you got everybody throwing out all kinds of topics every day. I started the group at the beginning of December, and it's now the end of January, and it's over 8,600 people in it. So it's grown very fast. So one of the big things that people always have is a lot of questions about relationships and why they're single and why they can't find nobody and parenting and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to create this forum so everybody can, chime in. Please feel free to leave comments. We're broadcasting right now on our Facebook page and a few other pages and within the group. So please just, leave us comments. We can see them. We're going to open up the caller line in maybe about 15, 20 minutes so you can actually call in and talk to us. But first, we're going to, give everybody just a little bit of background on everybody's personal situation, because I know y'all going to be like, well, how is she going to be giving me advice and she ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so we're going to, I'm just saying, we're going to give them a little something. Me personally, I mean, I was married for 13 years. I've been single for about almost 5 years now. So it's been interesting. It's been an experience, to say the least. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm out here. I think the biggest thing that I always say is everyone is under the impression that what they're doing is right, but you don't have the results that you ideally want. So the path you're on is wrong. So you need to do things differently. But that's just me. But I'll go ahead and let Carla chime in, and then Latoya.
Well, I have been single. My daughter is 13, so I have not been in any serious relationship in like my daughter's life. And recently, at a good friend of mine's dinner party, I have met someone.
Whose party was that?
Yours, Mr. Swoop.
Alrighty.
Which is a very interesting dynamic. And I think with me, a person like me is a person who's challenged with change, because you get set into living your life and going a certain way. And also the walk, because if you're on a spiritual journey, you've been sustaining from certain things in your life, it's a transition when you bring someone into your life that you've comfortably made for you, especially as a single mother and a child. So it's definitely a transition, and I'm experiencing things from another perspective in regards to dating.
Interesting. Latoya, would you like to chime in?
Well, I recently, probably like about 8 months ago, became single again, but I was single for a good 12 and a half years.
Now, when y'all say single, just to define that and frame it for everybody, that means like not a serious relationship, or dating but not a serious relationship.
Okay, well, I'm dating but not a serious relationship.
Okay,
Not dating.
Same as you?
No, not dating.
Hold on, so you haven't dated in 13 years?
Well, no, I haven't dated anyone.
So hold on.
Oh my God, Swoop, no.
No, hold on. No, hold on. So you
I have not dated. Well,
Hold on.
Let me think. I know.
come in a little
I'm
closer.
coming.
So hold on, you're saying that you haven't dated in 13 years?
Oh no, that went like go out with someone, like for dinner or something. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I've been out with dinner.
Okay.
I haven't had a boo thang connection. I haven't had someone I see on a regular basis, because people usually get disqualified very quickly.
So you're one of those disqualified women. Well, disqualified women. Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I don't know why you said it like that, because you have to set a standard to qualify your time. You can't get time back. So you wasting time on dinners or talking to a person on the phone, that's time you're never going to get back. Absolutely, I disqualify. As should anyone, because time is valuable.
Interesting. Okay, so back to what I said. Hey, before we get a little bit further, I just want to leave a link right here, so you guys can join our Facebook group, Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. The information's on the screen right now. Please go to the group, join, put your input in there. We really enjoy it. Glad that everybody's just, getting what they need. I mean, it's funny, it's serious, it's sometimes inappropriate, sometimes there's a lot of harsh truth. Sometimes it's what you actually needed to hear. So once again, join our Facebook group, Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. But I want to get Latoya real quick. Did you get a time to chime in on that? What we said?
I just was saying, like, I've been single, and I was dating, and I'm coming from just an experience. I'm 40 years old, so if I can help anybody in any kind of way, not that I'm a professional or anything like that, but just speaking from experience, from a vet.
So you consider yourself a veteran
Just
of singleness. Okay.
I'm just playing.
A veteran of singleness. All right.
Okay, don't get it twisted now.
I just think those conversations, it's good for conversations to be had. Because even when you talk about dating, I'm like, what is that? Because you go out to eat or you kick it with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately, when I think of dating, I think of like you're rocking with someone like over an extended period of time. Not just casual acquaintances, like we may go grab something to eat, we may hang out a couple of weeks or something and nothing happens, or a couple of days. So I don't know, but I think as far as expertise, I definitely don't have the expertise, but I think just practical wisdom from things that you see, it's like wisdom is looking at past events and making sure making your choices off of that. So I think if you look at some people's relationships or things that happen in your own past relationships, if you consider the wisdom of the matter, you'll do better. And I think a lot of people don't.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord, it's true.
Yes. All right, so we're going to get into the topic of the day, the dating pool and first encounters. So just to go in a little bit more on that, that's the first step. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who are you actually considering? The experience, what type of experience are you looking for? What type of person are you looking for? And then actually acting on that and, you know, going on a first date or going on a first just encounter period, you know, meeting somebody at a coffee shop, a park, doing whatever. I personally feel like all first encounters should be super duper casual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it should be something like, hey, let's meet at the park. Hey, let's grab some coffee. Hey, like, I feel like dinner is almost too intimate to me. That's just to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it sets a precedence. For one, there's a financial commitment. You know,
I was just about to say that.
Right, it's a financial commitment. It's like one thing. It's like, hey, let's meet for some coffee. Hey, I'm out of $10. You know what I'm saying? In 20 minutes. You know, at dinner, you know, I'm out of. I know me because I'm going, so I want to eat a certain way, so I'm gonna be out of $100. You know what I'm saying? So, and that sort of, you know, for some guys.
So you don't want to do that because, like, if you spend $100 and you might not get a call back.
I just put it like this. I kind of feel like a dinner is an intimate setting where you create what's the word I'm looking for? PhD. I think you create a setting for
intimacy.
Not intimacy, because I'm not saying everybody you take on the first date you trying to have sex with.
No, not that type of intimacy. No, just personal.
I just feel like it's you know, when you add, okay, I'm gonna spend about $100 on a date. Depending on where we going, what we wearing, it's a full-fledged experience. Where I feel like it's too much pressure for an initial first meeting. Like
expectations.
Yes, the expectations are way too high on a dinner. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people like, and I'm not gonna say who told me this, but I remember a young lady had told me this a couple years ago, and she was just like, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she literally could go on, you know, 6 or 7 dates at 6 or 7 really nice restaurants and not have a commitment with any of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because that's sort of what it is. And she's out of no money. The worst thing she did was, you know, do her makeup over. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So for a guy, you know, it's a financial commitment. Like, even like one of the stats, when I was pulling up the stats to do the show today, it was like 76% of all males feel like they should pay for the first, you know, date that they go on. And it was like 90% of them would be offended if the woman paid.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me, where you try to pay and they're like, oh, don't do that.
But I think that's a little like shifted, because I think that's like the under 25 people, because they will let a woman pay in a heartbeat. Like, take care of me, just like my mama did. You know what I'm saying? So, so let me just ask you guys on a personal tip, like, the dating pool, how do you see it where you stand right now? Who's ever first?
Where do I stand?
Yeah, how do you see the dating pool right now? Like, you know,
slim pickings.
Slim pickings?
It seems like it's a little slim pickings, yeah. A lot of people my age are either married with kids, or some players, I mean, it's slim pickings. And then plus the fact of they have to have a relationship with God, and that's important to me, and that kind of
disqualifies.
Yeah.
So you're not dating heathens?
Oh no.
But I done seen some man in the church turn out to be.
Well, true.
Okay, all right, I hear you.
So what would qualify though?
Yeah.
What would qualify someone as a person into God? Because say they 5% or they in new age type stuff.
Well, it's not really just coming to church on Sunday and praising God. That's not it. When you have a relationship with God daily, to me, where it's not nobody pumping you up to go before the Lord. So just a relationship with God that I see without, you know, them having to be at church.
So a brother could never go. So what if it's a brother that never goes to church but silent and is very spiritual? So say he never goes to church, but his life, he walks out the biblical constructs of what a man.
I mean, because there's some guys who go to church and don't really have a relationship with God. Exactly. So church doesn't qualify you as having a relationship with God.
So that's not a criterion. It's just they walk like what you see.
Yeah, right. Because
go ahead.
Because like when things get hectic or off, you know, and it's something that we can't get through, I think God will help us to get through the situation. So
I remember a friend of mine once told me that I want somebody who will pray for me when I cannot pray for myself.
Yeah,
that's
Carla
true.
told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Carla told me that. September 82. All right, look here. I'm gonna throw this stat up on the screen right here. Okay, 44% of U.S. adults are single right now in the United States of America. 63% of people meet their mate through a friend. 70% of women 70% of women date men that are at least 5 years older than them. Sorry, that was a little typo at the end. What do y'all feel about that? Just those. Let's start at the top. 44% of adults are single. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, that's crazy to me.
I think so. That's crazy.
Because you think, like, what's causing the singleness? But you know what, Swoop? A person like me, I've had people say to me many times, like, you even said it, like, Carla, because you walk like a married woman. It seems like you married. You don't seem single. Or people feel that you're unapproachable. So I think a lot of the singleness may be a result of people's fear.
Mm-hmm.
You seem unapproachable?
That's what I've been told.
I think that's because of the setting you met her in and different things like that. We're talking about from a guy's perspective, outside looking in. Like, I've known this human being for a long time, and yeah, she can come off as unapproachable because she's focused on what she's doing so much that she doesn't see things that happen in her peripherals. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's just the reality of Carla. So.
But I think it's fear, though. It's people's fear to come out of their comfort zones to approach someone that they deem. Because I've been really not in a relationship for a very long time. A relationship to where I can be in a committed person with a person, and even currently with my situation, it happened so organic, and that was important to me. That whoever did enter my life, it happened in a very organic way. Like, not somebody really scoping me out. And my boss always says, like, someone has to they have to be your friend first, Carla. Mm-hmm. Because I go, my guards are up because I think mistrust is so high just because of the times that we live in.
Right. So
it's always like, what's someone's angle? And so when we see those numbers, like 44% of people are single, I think the mistrust is high because of past relationships and the failures of those relationships, because of fear, because people see somebody, I'm a cool, chick. I think I'm real cool. But brothers do not approach me like that. And then when they start approaching me, I feel like since this current situation.
It could be, a lot of nowadays, a lot of people think that the women are to approach men more than the men approach women. So,
I mean, I'm just going to piggyback just a little bit. Like, what I would say is the raw data of the situation says that women outnumber men. Then when you say, okay, eligible man, high functioning male, that number increases. So let's just say, hypothetically, it's 15-1.
Dang.
Let's just say, no, I'm just saying, but if we
make one mistake, you is out.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, as women, I feel like you guys you get to a point where y'all sitting on y'all's hands and you letting good guys go past you. Because
but you gotta be proactive, right? Like, no,
I'm not saying, okay, just be this thirsty woman, just throwing out lassos, pulling brothers back. But I'm just saying, if you see somebody that you like, he's interesting, I think you should tell him that.
Oh, I would tell somebody I have interest, but that don't necessarily mean I want to date them. So I had to chill from
That's
that
hard
too.
for me.
I would tell people like, "Oh, your beard look good," but I'm not even checking for you like that. I just think your beard look nice, and then that come into a
Like
whole
that is just so
conversation.
that is so wrong of a statement. Like that's
Why?
just like a
Can I just
totally
like
wrong
your beard?
statement.
But can I like your beard without
I'm just
trying
saying,
to,
but why would you
as
even?
Dominic would
Okay,
say,
listen.
cuff you?
What's the purpose of saying the second part? Like you could just be like, "Hey, you got a really nice beard,"
Yeah, then I
but
walk
you
away.
like, "Hey, you got a really nice beard," but I'm not trying to talk to you.
no.
Like that's what I'm
I
saying.
would-
Like why
bro,
even say that?
I wouldn't say that to the man I say that to unless I have to say. Sometimes
If
you
he
have
try
to
to
say
come
that,
on
like,
to
"Oh,
you."
I'm not trying to be fresh with you or anything, but I think your beard looks nice." Because I want you to know, I'm really not though. I'm not checking for you like that. I just like your beard, and I want to continue on walking or shopping down this street. Because nothing in me is saying I should pause and reflect in this conversation.
Why not though?
I don't know. I just feel like if you're supposed to glean into a conversation with an individual, you should feel something. It's like that energy, like a vibe or something that you should feel. I guess in the spiritual, we say a quickening in your spirit. Like if I don't feel no need to talk to you or you can't engage me. Like you told me one time, Swoop says to me, because I'm so unapproachable, he said, I'm not unapproachable people, but he said, Carla, a little thirst is okay. And I said, well, in order to display a little thirst, you have to make me I have to be thirsty. Either
Right,
you create
right.
the thirst. Like I could go to a mall and not want anything to drink and then see a bomb lemonade. Like, Auntie Anne's lemonade. Like, I'm going to give me a lemonade. Why? Because it aesthetically pleases me to make me feel thirsty. If you ain't making me thirsty, I don't want to drink.
But see, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you're at such a disadvantage as a woman right now that you can't afford to be as fall backish as you are. Like you really can't, especially when it's a quality guy.
Right.
Like,
I
you
get what
just
you're
can't.
saying, but I think I just missed the memo because I'm not used to doing that because I'm just so used to guys like approaching me. So it's hard for me to approach a guy when I'm not used to that pattern, So I just always felt like the guy was the hunter. So a guy finds a wife, he finds a good thing or whatever. He sees somebody he's attracted to, he comes and he approaches. Maybe I need to get out and start doing that a little more, but I just haven't done that before.
And but I don't feel everyone needs to do that. It's like when you had your party and Rashad was talking about that, he and Summer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying like kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, hey, they was out here. They was at a brother. I had my pickings, but she was more aggressive, and
Right.
that inclined me to her. That's what worked in that. That's what worked in that incident. And with that specific female, I think for some situations, especially being a woman of faith, you have to see what how God is leading and directing that
Right,
relationship.
right.
And it may cause you to be inquisitive, and you approach it where not from a thirst standpoint, but it starts with a conversation because the Lord knows you. So. For those who are spiritual, because everyone they're not checking for God either. So they're like, I don't want to hear all that. It's just, if you feeling it, go with the feel or whatever, But I think it's just the dynamics of relationships are deep because it's so very dependent on the people and the experiences of the people, their background. Like you said, I'm used to being pursued. And then it's someone else like, well, I'm not used to being, I'm used to pursuing. I go after what I want. It's because I know some very aggressive females as well. It's just, I don't know. I guess it depends where you are.
Hey, I want to say something. We got like a lot of people chiming in on the comments.
Oh God! Y'all coming?
Hey, I just want to say what's up, Tanika Odin.
Hey, that's my book.
Neek. I always mess up her last name. Vanessa.
Sabagala.
Sabagala.
Hey,
Sabagala.
Vanessa.
What's going on? Jacina.
Hey,
A lot of people chiming in. Hey,
ECA in the building.
remember, share this post. Like, share this stream with everybody. If you like what we bring to the table, just share it with everybody. And whoever shares this post the most tonight, I will go back over it. I will cash app you $25. Just as, keeping it cool, keeping it gangster. All right, so I'm gonna throw this stat up here. All right, so let's go back. This is a little bit sidebar, but I want to get into this real quick. The best time to get married is between the ages of 28 and 32, according to a study by Nick Wolfganger, a sociologist at the University of Utah. People who get married between the ages of 28 and 32 split up the least. What do you feel about that?
Jeez, I'm with this girl about 40. So, what that mean?
40,000.
So you go chime in on that.
I feel like at that age, where it's the most is because, and they stick together because at that age, you know who you are. You know what you want. Mm-hmm. And I think that the older you are, you, like Carla said earlier, you get stuck in your ways and it's harder for you to loosen up and then, have somebody come in when you're so used to being a certain way for so many years, so.
Mm-hmm. Hey, quick question. So, all right, get back to like 28 to, 32 or whatever. You meet somebody, you go out, you meet them, you date for 3 months, and you like, you know what? I want to get married. Is that crazy? Is that crazy?
Ooh.
Is that crazy?
I think it's possible. I'm not gonna say it's crazy.
Like me personally,
I'm not gonna say it's crazy.
It depends on what age you are. I kind of think a little bit too.
All right, so we all old.
I'm not old.
Something wrong with your hand, but you is. But I'm just saying, like, is that crazy? Like, because right now it's just like you have so many people, so much abundance of supply and selection. You know what I'm saying? We live in this day and age where if it's not working out, you get back online, swipe left, swipe right. You know what I'm saying? You just find somebody else. But if you find somebody and y'all both connecting, y'all both vibing, y'all both got something going, and let's say it's relatively soon, 3 months, 6 months, and y'all both want to get married, like, is that crazy?
So I would say no.
I would say no, and I think again it goes to that. I think you should, that communication, because there's a lot of things in that period of time that you're not going to know about each other.
Right.
So you definitely have to be in it for the long haul, like someone that's really in it, that's very committed to work through, like what you were saying, Toya, through all the stuff that could come up. Because that's them attitudes. Because we know I have major clapback issues. I mean,
hey, but look,
I'm working on mine.
Look, you've been traumatized over the years. That's what I'm just saying, because you, like, literally, like, I'm gonna tell you, this young woman, this lady right here will clap back unnecessarily at any given time. Like, you can be like, hey, babe, you look really nice today. I didn't look good yesterday. I didn't look good yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So
me with that. No.
I'm just saying, like, I just personally feel like at the end of the day, it's like you have to be willing to throw anchor down on somebody. And I feel like we don't got so far away from that. You got to think, man. My grandfather was born in 1910. He went to my great-grandgrandfather's house and said, I want to marry your daughter. He told him no twice. Came back the third time. They got married in 30 days. They had 11 kids. My grandmother would tell anybody, well, she's gone, rest her soul. But she's like, I didn't even like him to the third kid. You know what I'm saying? And they were together for a very long time and they both passed. But it's like, that don't happen no more, because it's like, I feel like being married is a throw-in in itself. The person adds to it. Like, you gotta find two people who want to be married,
Right.
before you find somebody to marry. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But that's just me. You
like
know,
both parties equally vested into the union of marriage. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I think nowadays a lot of people don't stick. They don't fight. It's just like they give up. It's like, I don't have to deal with this. I can be with somebody else and think the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
But it's like, how deep is your love? What is your definition of love that you can just give up so easy, and I think it's a fight. People don't want to fight anymore.
I think
to make it work.
Okay, I feel like we're all now, and I'll say this, just personally dealing with myself. When I was married, I got married really young. I got married at 23, and we were married for like 13 years. And a lot of people always say, like, why did you guys get a divorce? Why, y'all was Cliff and Claire, Huxtable. Y'all had the white picket fence and the big house and everything like that. I feel like, when I look back on it, I probably could have did better as an individual in the relationship. But I felt like I was so ignorant to, like, my role, my, you know, what I was, you know, who I was supposed to be in the marriage. And, you know, I think I got married so young, I didn't even know who I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what I really wanted to do in my life, what I really wanted to be. And it's like, that's why I feel like getting married should be something you do at 30, 32, 33, more so, right, more so than you do at an early age, because you have to be more established, more developed emotionally, to really put up, put up is the wrong word, to develop a marriage. So that's my 37 cents. But go ahead and weigh in on that, Carla. Go ahead. Go on and talk to me.
I think when it comes to as far as people being down for the long haul, sometimes it can take two people who want the same thing, but one person may be stronger, maybe the anchor in the relationship. Because if we both desire the same thing, like for instance, I believe in certain areas I'm very immature. Like when I fly off the handle and stuff. And I think because I've been by myself doing things on my own for a very long time and being independent, I always go to the non-factor of a person. Like, well, I don't really need you to get done. And if I believe God, I really believe God. So I'm not gonna lack. And that's not out of arrogance, but that's not how God would desire my life to be. I don't believe. Yes, have faith in Him, but to just also allow others to come alongside in the form of a mate. You see, so I think definitely in 3 months, 30 days, someone could get married.
And it can last forever.
And it can last for a very long time. But I think the problem, I think that we see, Toya, when people are not working, as far as you saying fighting to make it stick, because somebody within that relationship, often I think they're just very disingenuous. People don't be real about their expectations and what they desire in their life. If you say I desire to be a wife, and then you meet this brother, and this brother saying I desire to be a husband, and I love you, we're gonna make this work. Then when I'm cutting up, like even in my current situation, Doria probably a saint putting up with me.
You did just drop his name.
That's okay, so what? Like to put up with, you know, because some of this stuff, because of how I be moving. But if it's a person really, like if it's somebody that's your godsend, that y'all in sync with each other, then it's that balance. And it could be the other way around. It could be that female that's that balance. The one thing is for sure that we both committed to the institution and to each other, and we get rocky times. Somebody got to want to make it better. We both can't be immature, because that's what make it break.
Like my thing was my clap back, you know. So if I feel disrespected as a woman, my clap back is strong, and I've been working on that. But that's what I've just known. I just known, like, if you disrespect me, I think I'm a good woman to you, you know. So I feel like if you disrespect me, there's not going to be any peace there. So that's something that I'm working on, actually, to kind of just back up, you know, a little bit, and not be so aggressive and so on somebody's neck, you know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm working on.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this question. All right, the show Married at First Sight, I don't know if you guys have heard about it or anything like that.
I've seen it.
They get together with a panel, and that's right, we did watch it over here. Yeah. So they get together with a panel, and it's like a psychologist, a sociologist. I mean, it's a human behavioralist. Even a spiritual representation, and they get together and they find you the ideal mate, and you do not meet them until she is walking down the aisle towards you, and you basically have 15 to 20 seconds to say I do or I don't. And most of the people, I don't think nobody's ever said I don't, and they go through with the process. But it brings me back to the first season. The first season, I remember it was a couple. It was a really pretty young lady, and the guy, he was a tall, awkward-looking guy, and you know, they didn't look like a match. They didn't at all. And she cried, like, was very like stressed out. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah, he was like extremely, like, he was nice and, you know, just tried to comfort her and everything like that. but she cried and she was just
She
like,
was
he's not
mean.
right. She
Right,
was
she was
very
mean.
mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. And she was ready to leave. And she was just like, they were taking their wedding pictures and she was just like, yeah, don't touch me. And it was just really bad. Right. And like all these other couples that I think they did 4 or 5 couples that year. And I remember they did a black couple, and the black couple, they hit it off
yes,
the
they
top.
did.
They had sex that night. You know what I'm saying? Like they families kicking it, they playing spades. I mean, I'm like, this reception lit. You know what I'm saying? But I bring you back to the other couple. Out of all of those couples, out of all the seasons that they've done that, they're the couple that's still together. They're the couple that's the deepest in love. They ended up having this super strong connection because his comfort was her peace. And she just had to see that. You know what I'm saying? She really just had to see that. But
Ooh, I like that.
That is.
But y'all like the way I put that, together. It's copyrighted. It'll be in there, but yeah, I'm saying, like, sometimes, all right, I feel like we get so wrapped up in the visuals, our ways, everything, that we totally forget what that person brings to you. Like, what does that person bring to your heart, your soul, your life? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know one thing. We need to stop. We need to actually just close our eyes sometimes in these relationships, especially these first encounters, this getting to know you phase. We need to really close our eyes, and we need to sort of forget where we've been. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Like,
because we do assess somebody based off previous encounters instead of letting the first encounter be, like they say in the Bible, every day new mercies. Instead of you go to it like, yeah, this just like, he looked just like old dude. Yeah, he doing. Yeah. Oh, you ain't gonna buy. Oh, you gonna buy this egg?
I used to tell myself, look at the big picture, not the little things. Because when you focus on the little things, the little fights, the little things, does this person make you feel good? Does this person take care of you? Does this person speak life into you? Can you see yourself with this person, growing old with this person? Is this person positive? Is they encouraging you? And not looking at the little fights or the little things that's messing up a relationship, and look at the big picture. Does this person love you and care for you and want the best for you?
And that's just real. That's real life. And it's like we get so far away with it from judging people off what we see and what we've been through that we totally ignore who they are, and what they really bring to your life. And it's, I know you guys heard this saying before, like, everything you've done got you to this point right here. And this point right here, you are, single, you might not be happy, you might, have, stress or whatever going on in your life. And you have to do things differently if you really want to get different results, or what you're doing is insanity, and we just have to change, period. And I see so many people in our group, once again, Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. I see so many people in the group, and I remember, like I was telling Toya the other day, the one girl had posted, like, all of these people think that they're like the perfect match and everything's wrong with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. He better have this. I'm like, who are you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you to dictate, like, the things that they be saying? I'm like, you're not perfect either.
Right,
like, I do not commit. I will never sit up and tell anybody that I'm the perfect match. Like, I won't even say the word, like, I'm a great catch. I'm a mess.
A lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a hot mess, though.
You know how many people walking around broken?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people broken.
Yeah.
But I think it's like people are so caught up in what they want, they forget that there's a mirror in front of them. And you have to look at your own reflection.
Yeah, self-awareness.
Yes. You cannot be like looking around the mirror so you can look at them and tell them everything that you don't, because you ain't this and that, this and this. And he had the nerve. He probably picked me up in a Buick, girl. A Buick. And I'm like,
hey, I like Buick.
I'm just saying I do too, but it's like, I'm like, you on the bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to be accountable for what you really bring to the table.
But I think people are not properly, they say, let me put you up on game, or when you hop off the porch. I think a lot of people are not exposed or groomed on how to be in healthy relationships.
We just said
And
that.
it's not, and it starts with just friendships, not even just an intimate relationship. Like, you're not even a good friend to another person. But then you talk about being a wife.
Yes.
You're not even a good friend, or you know what I'm saying, but you talking about being a husband. So I think the whole issue with healthy relationships is really what need to be questioned. Like, what is the dynamic of your relationships? What have you seen as examples of relationships? Because often people mirror a lot of the stuff they see. Even the stuff that they hate, it's still like residue of those behaviors that they hate, that they bring out in other relationships. So I think a major problem with those people who are making these decrees and statements about what somebody ought to be and what they need to bring, they haven't even dealt with, like you said, self, but dealing with the woundedness of self. Like, what is your issue? And what are your fears, to where you become completely exposed? And I think a lot of times people experience that, if they're real, when at their most broken points and on some type of spiritual journey or something catastrophic happening in their life. Like when they're broken all the way down to nothing, and you really see who you are, your flaws and all. Because sometimes not until your broken places do you see how ugly you really are when you thought you was all together, if you real with yourself.
Yeah.
But some people just want a fantasy, because we get sold fantasy. Look at these sex dolls and all this stuff going on. The brothers see all these chicks airbrushed up, bodies like this, and then you see a sister, you're like, hey, I ain't. Like, bro, like, listen, I need you to get more than the glitz of Carla J. Like, look at my spirit, and that's what you need to start loving, because that's what's gonna make me bad. Because that they gonna buy them booties, they gonna buy them breasts, or some of them just naturally got it. They get it from their mama. That can't be the thing that make you stay or leave. Like, you got to know that essence of who I am, who you are, that's what should cling a person to you.
I wanted to piggyback off of you with being like self-aware. Like, some people aren't aware of things that they have issues with, you know? And if somebody's pointing a finger, if you think you the stuff or whatever, or you're a catch or whatever, and you're pointing the fingers at that person as if, oh, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. Some people are not aware of what they need to work on, and so sometimes it need to be dealt with, before you go pointing a finger at other people.
I remember I had posted something in the group, once again, Life, Love, and Relationships on Facebook. So I had posted something in the group, and I think it was something to the effect of, what's some of the biggest turnoffs when you first initially meet somebody? And I just remember people being so shallow. And I believe it was like over 250 comments like in like 2 hours. And it was just like all these shallow responses. Like, I understand if somebody's not, dressed appropriate for whatever y'all about to do. I can see that might be a turnoff or whatever, but it was just like stuff that, what kind of car he picked me up in, what kind of restaurant he take me to. And I was just like,
really? I didn't see that one.
I love, is that the one where Love had put that comment about the neutral places, like the coffee shops?
It might have been.
Because I really love that about just going to something like simple. It's not vesting anything. It's very, like you said, the pressure is not so high. If we go somewhere and we're just grabbing coffee, it's kind of just, hey, we can see how this is going to go. And if nothing becomes of this, cool. Nobody's mad.
Right.
You don't have no money. You don't have no expectations as far as what.
But I think so many people take this first encounter so personal. So personal. Like, it's like, I know guys literally that be like bitter. Just bitter. Like, they'll be like, man, I took her out, man. Took her to Red Lobster, dude. And she ordered like the big crab legs and everything. She thought she got the steak. She did all that. She put the butter on it and all.
But she's like, entitled to.
What I'm saying is, it's like when you go out and you do it big and you really don't have it like that.
Well, you shouldn't be doing it big. Quit trying to be.
But you trying to impress this girl because they're so materialistic now. Like, they literally, you should have read that. Some of the stuff, I was just like,
but that's what I'm talking about people not being authentic. Because my problem is, I have people like, I probably could have been in a more serious relationship before now, but it's because I feel like people so disingenuous. They're not
Shout
authentic.
out to Dorian.
Hey, but People are so unauthentic. It's like, be real. If a $100 meal is not what you can afford, don't assume that I'm that shallow that you can't just be like, this what we doing. Or if you take shots of Remy, that's your drink, or you blowing them down, don't try to speak to me because I'm that AME girl, because I'm that Christian chick. You understand? So now you come to me one way, but you got dual life.
Dual life.
And so now all your anxieties, then when you get curved, because then, we have to curve the brothers because because you being fake, but you thought you were being boss because you thought you were catering to needs that were superficial. So you were just getting a glimpse of the female or the male, and the glimpse was very superficial that you didn't dig deep. So yeah, you wasted your money at the Red Lobster. That's your bad, bruh.
I'm the type of person, like, if we've been talking on the phone or something like that and we first go on a date or something, and I feel that you're a real person, you genuine or whatever, and you be like, let's go get some pizza and some da-da-da, I'm down with that. If I'm really feeling you, you know what I'm saying? We can go get a pizza. I'm cool with that. We ain't got to go get
I got my own stuff, so I'm going to eat how I want to eat.
See, I hear what y'all saying, and I will go on record as saying that I consider both of you women polished. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying perfect, but polished. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of people have the perception of being polished. Like they think that, since they, look a certain way, have certain items, or, you know what I'm saying, have a certain education level, that they, you got to come at them a certain way. I just watched a thing on CNN just the other morning, and it was like all these professional women, and they were saying how they're struggling trying to find eligible men. And I'm like, eligible? Like, okay, just because let's say you got an MBA and you work in some accounting firm or something like that, that doesn't mean you can't be with a truck driver. That doesn't mean you can't be with, you know what I'm saying, a garbage man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want a man with a good heart, a responsible, accountable, loving, care on you, love on you, everything. You want that. You don't want another dude just because he got a MBA or a law degree. Right. His criteria shouldn't dictate what you love about him.
Yeah. And then he lame, not fun. Like, I had someone one time. I was at a speaking engagement. I had spoke, and then the person came up, after the speaking. And, people make assumptions because you're up there speaking. If you're flowing in spirit, that's what they get attracted to.
What's up with you and beards, though?
Beards?
Yeah, you said that again.
I did.
Didn't she just say beard?
Yeah, it sounds like you said weird.
Yeah, you might have a fetish. Keep going.
I don't. But no, I said I didn't say beards, but I said at certain events, you may be talking, or we're going to have to roll that tape back. But and so anyway, I had a person that like really approached me, and I'm talking, it's done with the speaking engagement and everything. And so I'm talking to someone else, and I made a statement like, yeah, just blow down or something like that. And the person who thought they were approaching me to get something to eat, questioned my urban vernacular. And I said, "Oh, good game, wrong chick. You should have did some research for you with the approach."
That type of stuff turned me off on first encounters when stuff like that. Like,
yeah, because what did you assume? Like, you assume, what are you assuming about me? Because I say things like blow down. Right? People will make assumptions like, "Oh, you're not as educated as I thought."
They don't know Carla Jackson like 747 hours away from a PhD, y'all.
But people think that, or because I take a pose, what they call it, the penitentiary pose, like I'm just like I that make you gutter.
A lot.
So.
I get people assume a lot about me.
Yeah,
because I'm quiet. They think, oh, she's stuck up.
See, the thing is, you secret quiet. You one of them.
No,
I'm definitely saying your representative.
Okay, this is what it is. I'm to myself, and I am quiet unless I know you. Now, if I know you and I'm comfortable with you, then I loosen up and I'm like, hey. But other than that, I am quiet. I'm to myself, and I'm very observant.
Okay. All right, I hear you.
So today. It's not stuff. Whatever.
Today, but I mean,
yeah, I would say you're not stuck up.
No, I get that on.
So okay, so you have this Let's just deal with these professional women who are struggling.
It's men too. Well, we ain't gonna deal with the brothers
because see, it's socially acceptable for a man to go out and make six figures and have a woman at home who takes care of the house and the kids. But when you reverse those roles, women have a problem with that. Generally, like statistically, like that's not my opinion. Like that's just, you know, what it is. Women feel like, you know, you a man, you know, you need to, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
or maybe can you just cut the grass, be able to cut, you know what I'm saying, build a wall, if we doing a partition in the house. Like,
look,
if I bring home that 6 figures, like, bruh,
my thing is like, if
wash a car.
if my woman made, let's say my woman made like, you know, 6 figures, I would have no problem being a house dad. I
mean,
can cook.
I'm cool with making more money than my
I can
spouse.
cook.
Yeah, you can cook. That's real.
I can cook.
Yeah, ladies, the brother can cook.
But I ain't
He can buy
the kids. I can't do that.
Oh,
So you ain't gonna, but I think, I don't know what you think, Toya. I don't mind. I can make more money than my husband, but he gotta be the real deal.
Yeah.
See what
As
makes
long
him
as that brother the
if
real
you making
deal.
6 figures, if you making 6 figures, what makes him the real deal for the rest of your life? Because you know what
He
I'm saying.
still need to work, like do whatever it is his vocation, whatever he needs to do. But
What
it
if
doesn't
his
matter.
vocation is homemaker?
I wouldn't even date no dude that had a
Homemaker.
homemaker vocation.
See, that's what
I'm saying. I wouldn't be attracted. I wouldn't even. That wouldn't even happen in my life,
This is what I'm saying,
bro.
though. That's what I'm saying. Like you telling
where's
me,
your motivation?
just because you saying so women who are homemakers don't have motivation?
Let me tell you what a lot of the homemakers do though. They cook, they clean,
They taking
rear
care of the
children.
kids.
Okay,
They do different stuff.
so a guy can't do that and you be in a happy relationship?
Yeah, he can do that. But what about when our kids are school age ready? What you doing? Once our
What do
children
the
are
women
developed?
do? They go to Pilates. They go to, to the Starbucks and have socials and,
Oh, wow.
and make.
I think, can we go to like the people on the book with it? Because I'm really torn with this. Because
That's kind of.
I'm cool with making more money than the brother, but
You gotta
bruh,
do-
you
you gotta
can't be at
work,
home on
work,
chill
work,
mode.
work,
Like,
work.
man up. Like, let me follow behind you. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Let me be able to follow behind you. And my money is not the reason why I would not.
So
But
you
it's how
giving
moving
you
in
get
our
honestly,
house.
but your argument that you making, you giving credence to these women who are professionals who feel like they can't find a suitable match, because a suitable match does include a homemaker. Because that's the same thing.
Where the
like-
crickets? Play the crickets.
Play the cricket.
I'm
That
just saying,
one.
a
Stop it.
suitable match does include a homemaker.
I'm cool. I don't want my brother just being in the house chilling like that. Like,
No.
be building something, working on your brand, working on your business, baby. If you at
Yeah.
the house,
What he
you
got to
doing?
be
Let's
working on a
work.
mixtape? What is you talking about? Like I don't get what you said.
You gotta have goals.
You
or
gotta.
something.
What are you doing?
So you
at
telling
home?
me? So you were telling me?
What if we ain't got kids?
I feel it's very disrespectful right now that y'all are saying that all these women who are homemakers are just mindless idiots, just walking around their house all day.
I'm not
'Cause
saying
that's
that.
basically what you're saying.
No,
Because
that's not-
if a man does it, there's a problem.
No, we're saying you got to build. A lot of women that I know that have been homemakers, they bake goods. They have like
PTA
side hustles.
meetings.
They have side hustles though. They're doing stuff. They braiding hair in the house. They taking care of those kids. They the tutorer.
They selling jewelry.
Yeah, they
or-
got in home business. I know a lot of women that's boss
Tupperware.
women that's in home. So I'm saying, brother, boss up if you
Hey,
at home.
my dude James just said y'all ain't answering the question.
James!
He says y'all ain't answering the question.
But James, well, listen, James, this is all I got for this one, bruh. Is that the women that are home, it's some piss poor women that's homemakers. They shouldn't be. They need to have jobs because they're doing nothing. Their house is dirty. Their kids can't read when they come to school. If you do at home, you should be making sure all this stuff is happening. Then there's some other women that's stellar. I'm just saying the same requirements for the brother. If you're at home, you need to be putting in some serious work, developing the minds of the children. Yes, but the mother's the nurturer as well. The father could be the nurturer. But brother, what else are you doing other than that?
I mean, I
can't.
listen. I'm just.
I mean, from like when you're a child, when a boy is young, he's taught to protect, provide, and what is it? Protect, provide. What's the other P?
Proclaim.
I can't remember. It's protect
Pimp.
and provide.
Is it pimp?
But listen though,
Protect,
how are you
Profess
in those
is
roles? You're not providing. How are you providing for
And
the
that-
family household?
Yeah, and some of this stuff is like an Americanized concept because you do have the women, the Amazon women, where you get that term Africa. Like you do have women.
You know Wonder Woman is fake,
Not
right?
Wonder Woman.
You know Wonder
not
Woman
Wonder
is
Woman.
fake, right?
But you have is certain things where the women are the head. It is a matriarchal society where the women are the head of the family. So I'm not saying anything against that. All I'm saying is how are we building this family? What is the role? And it ain't just you staying at home because some women make 6 figures and they can stay at home. So what's up with that? If I can stay at home and I got an online business and I'm making 6 figures and we both at home for
I guess my thing is like you keep
Won't
going
that
back
play
to
with
this.
your manhood?
But you keep going back to this. I need to be doing some kind of vocation work or whatever. When what I'm saying is being a homemaker is a job.
It is a job. It
It
just
is,
depends
like-
if you're doing.
Okay,
the
speaking
stuff
for
in
me,
it.
I wouldn't want my man to be a
wouldn't
Look,
either.
I'm gonna tell y'all this little
wouldn't.
secret, and I don't want y'all to tell nobody.
He was a
Okay,
homemaker.
listen. When I was in high school, you know, I always could cook, and you know, and my mom is very like meticulous, like how she clean and everything. So, I was the president of Future Homemakers of America.
Whatever.
Seriously, I was the president. You know, Akron chapter, Booked. And I was like only a freshman. Like all these seniors, I'm showing them how to cook and clean. And it's like I knew I wasn't gonna be a homemaker, but I do value women who maintain a home because it is a job.
It is
Okay,
a job.
but-
The struggle real.
But what I'm saying is, it's like what you're saying is, if a man does that same job, he has to do something extra for you to value him.
That's not what we're saying though. We're saying
That's
even,
what you
no,
said.
We're saying even women, like I just said, it's some piss poor women that's got the title
Doing-
homemakers
yeah.
and they shouldn't because their houses are nasty. They're not educating their family. They're not cooking whole meals. All that. So piss poorness is piss poorness. So I'm saying the same thing for the woman. I use the example. I know sisters that's homemakers that, as Toya said, they making jewelry, they baking cakes, they doing prom dresses, wedding dresses. Like they have another skill. I'm just saying, bruh. And if they don't have it, I don't know. I guess it's something to just stay at
I
home.
mean,
I
where's
don't
your
know. I just
drive
ain't about
besides
it.
the mop?
Hey,
I
look,
can't make no excuse. I don't
what's
know.
so crazy is we done got so far off the
'Cause
dating pool and first encounter.
Because let's talk about that. If your first encounter, this is for the ladies. If the first encounter or the men is with a person, I'm a woman. Your first encounter with me, I was like, baby, I just want you to stay home and take care of the house and let me handle this because I got it.
That's you know something I've always felt like. Put it like this: I talked to a woman, and she's well off, and she was just like, you know what, Tom, I really like you. You cute. You can talk to people. When I say this woman was good, she was good. She told me she wanted to put me on salary. She told me I would get a stipend as long as I made myself available for her to go to her little events and, you know, spend time with her, come through, rearrange things in the guts, all that. So, like, but I was just like, look, I know, but look, I was offended.
Right.
I was offended.
Right.
I was just like, who are you? You not, you know what I'm saying? I was totally offended. And it's like, but men do that to women a lot. And I feel like I did not trust her for me to stop doing what I'm doing financially to, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot for a woman, a man, anybody to say, all right, you don't, unless they don't have anything at front in the beginning. If they don't have anything, then it's like, well, win-win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you sort of got some stuff going for yourself, for you to say, I'm not going to do anything, he going to take care of me, that's a lot. That's trust. That's some serious trust.
Because that would be a struggle for me, and I think everyone likes to be catered to. But I think you think of all the work you didn't put in, like, you know, just in whatever you are doing professionally, all that work you put in to just be like, yeah, I'm just about to go home and just not do nothing.
I went on a date and a guy and I had a discussion and he was saying basically like if he came home from work and he was late, like taking the trash out, I was like, well, I would take the trash out. And he was like, no, you won't. And I was like, yes, I will. I would help out because I know you're coming home late. You're tired. You want to get in the shower or something. I'll take the trash out to help out. You know what I'm saying? Before you come home. And he was like, no, my woman would never take the trash out. And I'm like,
What?
These comments, though. James,
Why would you say something like
Right,
that?
and then I start
James, you
laughing.
was funny. Like, put it like this: love is sort of. She might be a little mad at y'all because y'all been going ham on like homemakers, and then James keep bringing up funny stuff. So
I don't have no problem with no homemakers though.
okay, I hear you.
I really don't. I just want to know, like, at the end of the day, when the children are away from the home, or if you don't have children, What does that look like?
Okay, so answer me a question. All right, you're rich. But you and your husband are both well off.
Mm-hmm.
Say you hit the lottery.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have people that clean my house. I already got. I'm gonna have people that clean my house.
Hey, look.
Next.
Hey, I'm
Chef
no,
for my
listen.
meals.
This the thing. I feel you on that because, and this might sound racist, but like if I hit the lottery, literally, I'm buying me some Mexicans. Y'all take care
Oh
of my whole.
gosh! Why would it have to be?
Well, I mean, I just gave him a creed, but you know, it's the same.
So
as
what if
you
somebody was like, a Mexican was like, I'm gonna give me a crackhead,
I'm gonna give me some life.
Hey, get what you can
What did they say? I'm
afford.
gonna get
a black crackhead.
Get
Why
what
you
you can
gonna get-
afford. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get the
But,
most suited person for the job.
Hey, but okay. So back to this. Look, hey, we're gonna have to wrap it up too soon. We like.
I
been
want
up-
to know what is
been-
love saying. Why is love mad at us?
Hey, look, I want to cover something real quick. Hey, on February 8th, Thursday, we're going to be at Cocktails and Conversations. If you can come out, it's going to be a nice, intimate, like, conversation piece. We're going to be taking questions from everybody. Carla's probably going to be talking too much. Latoya's going to be quiet.
Whatever.
So, hey, if you can come out, you know, it's going to be a great event. Hope you guys can make it. But wrapping up what we've been talking about, first encounters and the dating pool. Let's get a final thought from everyone, starting with Latoya.
Ooh.
Today, though,
I mean, can she process?
can she
Yeah.
process? This is on the
Over-aggressiveness.
spot. All right, go ahead, Carla.
Yeah,
I
Carla.
know she got something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go, Tom. I was really waiting to hear
I'm
from
gonna
Latoya.
finish the show. Okay.
I think the main thing to take away from Forced Encounters, I think everyone has a story, but I think going into, if you're single and you're dating, to really maximize each opportunity for what it is. It may not be a love connection immediately, but just enjoy yourself. Like, life's too short. I think people too serious and too deep. Enjoy the opportunity. If that's not your husband or your wife, enjoy the moment, because it's time you can't get back.
Mm-hmm.
And start to build healthy relationships, because every relationship is not a layup relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And every relationship doesn't have to include physical intimacy. So just enjoy living. Start building real solid relationships. That's life, love, and relationship. Like straight like that.
All right, then, Latoya.
What-
She done set the bar.
Ooh. What I get from it is just basically, just kind of just put yourself out there for, for learning, because it is a learning experience. As you date, it's a learning experience. You're going to fail sometimes, you're going to succeed sometimes, and just know what you're looking for and know who you are as a person and what you're looking for, and go out and conquer it. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yes. I like the way she did that right there now. But, okay. So, the dating pool and first encounters. This is a problem that everybody faces. Men, women, everybody. It doesn't matter race, color, creed, whatever you have going on. And I personally just feel like going into it, you have to be accountable for what you bring into the situation, and you have to know what you want to get out of it. You cannot keep looking at things from around the mirror perspective. You have to look at yourself and say, this is who I am in this situation. And I'm willing to accept a new experience, something different, and give it a real chance. Close my eyes, forget my past, and really move forward. That's just my little take on it.
I like
I
that. I like that.
meeting for relationships.
I
said
like
what?
that. For
Oh,
now,
I
I'm
was in an
closing my
AA meeting
eyes.
for relationships. Like,
I'm closing my
Is that the
eyes
first
from
step?
now
That's
on.
the first step. We got 11 more to go
Listen,
to.
I am closing my eyes and letting Toya out of the way. I'm moving Toya out of the way. That is what I'm doing.
I feel you. I just want to thank everybody who had the opportunity to listen to us tonight.
Yes,
this is the first
much.
show, episode 1.
Appreciate it.
It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. Hopefully we had a podcast set up so you can, listen to it when you work out or whatever in the next couple of days. What else? Join our group, Facebook, on Facebook. Join our Facebook group, Life, Love, and Relationships, TADS. So just search it in the Facebook search bar. You should be able to find it and pull up. And I'm kind of sorry because we didn't have enough time to get the callers on. But we will next week. We're coming on every
I
Monday.
To hear the callers.
Yeah,
That's
every
been
Monday.
Shaking. I was running. Yeah,
it was probably about to be lit, but Monday,
sorry, y'all. That's Swoop's fault. Blame Swoop. It's Swoop because I was on it.
Okay. All right. All right. Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Even though we're done with the show, please share the stream. And once again, be productive, have fun, enjoy life, and we will see you on the other side.
Blessings.
Love.